Nicanor in 300 BC, and named in honor of his father Antiochus. Many Greek Jews lived there, and it was here that the followers of Christ, when you say a Mashiach, that's how you say it in the Hebrew, Christ, a Mashiach in the Hebrew, were first called Christians. It said many Greek Jews. So you had Israelites. Okay, calling themselves Greeks, but they was Christian. Okay, but they was anointed, but they believed in YAHAWASHI. So in order to be a Christian, so to speak, you have to be an Israelite. Okay, that's what that say right there. Okay, I'll let you see it. So when you look up the definition of Antioch, you gotta be an Israelite, man. That's why I said Greek, and that's why I got the hyphen, and that's why I got Judah, because those were Israelites. Look at that, man. You know, and read what you got in Acts 11 and 26.
This is Acts 11 and 26. And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church.
So those were Israelites, man. Those were Israelites, man. Okay? Because what it is they were taking on the Greek custom. Because when you go into the history of the Greeks, okay, what it is the actual Greeks go back to Japhet, okay? When you understand the breakdown and you understand the scriptures, man, when you go into the table of nations, the actual Greeks are Japhetic people, or wines more than the Tonganese. But when Alexander them and his father was taking over the Greeks wasn't even accepting them as Greeks. They had to force their way in it. And then when you read into the Josephus, it tells you when they came into power, they start taking on the customs of the other nations and saying that was them. So when you go into the history of the scriptures and understanding of it, the actual Greeks are Japhetic people, but the Edomites had took on the name of the Greeks and start pushing their customs on the people, and they were calling themselves Greek. And when they took over Israel, okay, they pushed the custom of the Edomites on them, but they was calling it Greek, the Greek custom. But they was the actual Greeks was Japhetic people, but the Edomites had took on the name of the Greeks and start pushing their ways and their Hellenistic ways on the Israelites. And therefore, when you go into the New Testament, it says a hyphen Jew, that was an Israelite taking on the customs of the Greeks. So you gotta be an actual Israelite to be a Christian, to be anointed, okay? To have that word in you, okay? Because when you look up the word Christian, it goes back to Christ. And when you deal with that, when you go into the Hebrew, the word goes back to a Mashiach, which means anointed. So you got to be anointed with the word in order to be a Christian. And he wasn't, because I asked him. You see how that works? I asked him what scripture says. I asked him, what does the Heavenly Father say about nuclear war? And he said Well, the Heavenly Father wants everybody to come together. I said, what scripture is that? That's what I asked him. And he couldn't tell me. And that other Jake put his head down. Okay? I mean, and that Jake, not the other Jake, but that Jake put his head down who he was talking to show you he wasn't no Christian, and he's proud as hell. Thinking America ain't gonna be destroyed, man. So give me Isaiah 55 and 8. Yeah.
And taught much people, and the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
Were the disciples Israelites? Yes. There was Israelites, man. That's just what it was, man. Okay? And was Paul an Israelite that was going to the Gentiles? Yeah. Because the Gentiles was what? Israelites. You got to understand the difference, man. And that's what these people, that mystery is hid to a lot of people. I mean, it's open to the men of the Lord, but to the masses of the people, that's a mystery, man. About there's no difference between the Jew and the Greek and the Gentiles, man. That's a mystery to them, man. Just because your eyes open don't mean the next person's eyes open. You've been in this truth so long and you would think, why come you can't get that? It's simple. Nah, it ain't. It ain't simple to a carnal man, man. This thing is spiritual. And the Most High don't have your eyes open, then you're not gonna see it, no matter what. Isaiah 55 and 8.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, right, said YAHAWAH SHAM YAHAWASHI. Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Right. So the Heavenly Father don't think like you. He don't think like you, man. Give me Isaiah 65 and start at 14. The Heavenly Father don't think like you, man. And let's see what he thinks about nuclear war and fire being dropped on this place, man. On America, man. And this earth, man. Let's see what he think about it. What you got, huh? All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 14. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart.
Salakia about that. Isaiah 24 and 6. Isaiah 24 and 6.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 6. Therefore had the curse devoured the earth.
What curse? Let's see. Go ahead.
And they that dwell therein are desolate.
Let's see. Go ahead.
Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned.
What?
Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned.
The Most High don't think like you. Okay, that's why we read Isaiah 55 and 8. He said the inhabitants of the earth are burned. What is that talking about? Go ahead.
A few men left.
A few men left. A remnant. Go ahead.
The new wine mourneth, the vine languished, all the merry-hearted new sign.
Yeah, the mirth.
The mirth. The mirth of the tabrets ceases.
Yeah, all that partying, all that being happy. You know, go ahead.
The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harps ceases.
Yeah, because of what? Few men left and it's burnt. Go ahead.
Verse 9. They shall not drink wine with a song.
Go ahead.
Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down.
Babylon. So what is when you deal with Babylon and you go into the Hebrew word that is Babel, which means confusion. So Babylon the Great is what? Broken down, man. Go ahead.
Every house is shut up,
Every house is shut up. Go ahead.
that no man may come in.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets.
There's a crying for wine in the streets. What's that? The truth. Okay? Because these nations gonna be looking like, man, when America get burnt. Okay? They ain't gonna be able to get these scriptures like that. They're gonna find out, look, those are the children, those are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites right there, man. That's them. They're gonna wanna be like us, man. Go ahead.
All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth of the land is gone. Why? Because it's burnt. These nations don't see that, man. That America's burnt. Go ahead.
And the city is left desolate, and the gate is smitten with destruction.
See? Go ahead.
Verse 13. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree.
Of an olive tree, man. A shaking of an olive tree, man. It's a shaking. What's gonna cause that shaking, man? Let's see. Go ahead.
And as the
Let's see. Gleaning grapes. Yeah. Read it again. Start from the top.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 13. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree,
Go ahead.
and as the gleaning grapes